Hey friends, before we get into my chat with Jade, you may have noticed that I'm a little quieter and less rowdy than usual in this interview. That's because I was attempting to keep my voice as quiet as possible so as not to waken some members of my household, because it was very early here when we recorded this. So, because I wasn't able to inject the segment with as much enthusiasm as I'd usually like, here's 5 seconds of adrenaline to let you know just how excited I am about this project. And now on with the segment. Welcome to 3 Minutes of Thunder. I'm joined today by Jade Lowder, artist, writer, and creator of It's a Horror Show, The Date. Jade, thank you very much for joining us on 3 Minutes of Thunder.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about It's a Horror Show, the series. What's it all about? I know that you're the artist and the writer and the creator behind the project. Tell us a little bit about what this project is about.
Sure. It's a Horror Show is a series that I've been working on for a little while now, and I have plans to kind of continue. It's essentially each issue is a self-contained its own horror story. It's mostly camp horror, so it's a lot of horror tropes and comedy, and right. It's usually like me trying to come up with clever twists and put my little jokes into the kind of horror setting. And so It's a Horror Show. The Date is about a punk rock werewolf who has a kind of chance encounter with a quote unquote damsel in distress in the middle of the desert. And she's not all she cracks up to be, or, that he perceives her to be. Yeah. And so there's punk rock, there's werewolves in the desert, there's all kinds of mayhem in The Date. The Kickstarter is running currently, so it started on November 8th, and it's been pretty great so far, working with lesser known comics on that who are handling the publishing side of stuff and the fulfillment and all that, the kind of stuff that I'm more in the weeds about than they are. Yeah. They're a little bit more practiced at that stuff, and they've been kind of helping me navigate. This is my first Kickstarter, so that helping me navigate just the pitfalls and making it all kind of happen.
What is one of the favorite panels or pages that you're most excited about? And don't be hypercritical because you're the artist, so you have to put that aside for now.
Yeah, I think the page that I dig the most out of it is when the two characters end up at the rock show, at the punk show, and the band takes the stage, and the werewolf is the lead singer of the band, and he lets out a big "Ooh," and the band just rushes into a song, and you get to see the kind of monster band that he's leading. So you've got the Wendigo playing drums, you've got Mr. Hyde on the bass, and you just have a regular dude named Chad on guitar. And I think the big double page spread that I did for that, I think is probably my favorite. So we have a couple different variant covers as well, and we're doing a reprint of the first issue of It's a Horror Show, which I printed myself last April, and so it's a reprint, and I'm putting a brand new short little story into the first issue to kind of like help this along. So there's an incentive called the double feature, so you can buy The Date, and then you can also back the reprint of the first issue, which is called The Critique. And there's a short little new surprise in there as well. And I'd say the other one that I'm really psyched about, I did a variant cover that is like a punk rock show flyer. And so it's got an homage to Minor Threat on the flyer that I think turned out like pretty cool. So yeah, nice. Those are the two that I'm most excited about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, you heard it first. We're going to put all the links down the bottom, and we want you to get in and back this awesome project. Get the double feature would be my suggestion. Get the whole story, including the new stuff that's been added. Thank you very much, Jade, for joining us on 3 Minutes of Thunder.